earliest memories is when I was probably 2 years old, and I was messing around my parents' 1970s rusted out red 242 GL Volvo, and I grabbed the bumper and lifted up as hard as I could, and the car kind of came up on the springs a little bit. And as a kid, you don't really know what springs are or cars even have them. So immediately in my mind, I thought, oh my God, I'm Superman. So I ran inside the house and I walked up to my mom and I said, Mom, don't tell anybody, but I'm pretty sure I'm Superman. I always had this connection with the character Superman, especially Superman more than any others. I mean, Batman, absolutely, Spider-Man, definitely, but Superman in particular. And I think that was because of how much I watched the 1950s George Reeves Superman show on KOFY TV 20. They would have these nonstop marathons where they'd show all these episodes, and I'd sit there with my dad. My dad probably slept through half of them, and I would watch every single episode. I was obsessed. And also, with the strength of the 1978 Richard Donner Superman movie and the sequels that weren't so strong, but as a 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old boy, I didn't care because the Super Friends were on TV on the cartoon. I had the toys, I had the pajamas, the whole nine. I was Superman for Halloween growing up. So going to this grave of George Reeves, or the tomb of George Reeves, was kind of a special moment. And I heard that the remains had said Tomb of Superman on the actual remains itself. So I definitely had to check it out. It took me a while to find out where this place was, but it's kind of a pretty graveyard, and the building itself, the mausoleum, is stunning.
Kind of scared the shit out of me for a second. Shit.
I always thought that Christopher Reeves and George Reeves were related, like father and son. And whenever there's a new Superman movie that comes out, or whatever, it's a TV show, I'm always excited to see the portrayal of the role. Unfortunately, with the new movies that have come out in the last 10 years, they've really done a really shitty job with the portrayal of the character. There's not really much of an arc. There is a great comic book that was done by Max Landis, and I'll put a link down to that book in the description. It's probably the best Superman you're gonna find in this new era of comics. The story was great, and I loved how they made him into a sort of an alien, and he wasn't even really in human form when he crash landed on Earth. And one of these reasons why I think I identify with Superman so much is because a part of me has always felt like I don't belong on Earth, and I'm kind of an alien myself. Maybe that's because I'm left-handed, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just being an artist, but yeah, Superman's always really struck a chord with me. George Reeves in particular.